Hello, hello. Greetings, greetings. Okay. All right. Mhm. Mm, 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 mhm, mhm.
Well,
Okay. Finally. All right. Sorry, that took me a while. All right. So before anyone joins in, um, I'm just gonna go ahead and get started on what I was planning to do. Let me turn that down a bit. Hmm. Uh, actually, turn that down just a little bit. Okay. Don't worry, you're not late. Greetings, greetings. What's up? Hmm. Dang that. Hmm. Okay, we're back. Okay, we're in. We're in. Hello, Alice Angel Lover. I like the new username. I saw you were changing it a bit. Hmm. And I saw you change your profile picture too. What's up? What's up? Okay. So, well, now that you're here, I guess I'll go ahead and explain what I'm doing today. So, all right. So I have a little animation here that I'm just gonna be kind of goofing around on for the time being, and then once I wrap this up, then I'll probably start taking suggestions on like something to animate. That is if something that is if a lot of people actually start joining. Um, but yeah. Anyway, so excuse me one second. We can turn that up just a little bit. Okay. Yeah. It's your Russian crush. I can't exactly see what it is. Um, yeah, it doesn't let me zoom in. Unfortunately, I'll have to get a better look at it, afterwards, because it's like really small on my end. But anyway, okay, so let's see here. Okay, so before I start, I do gotta do an audio check. So let me know if like I'm too loud, or if the background music's too loud, or if you can even hear it. Yeah, I have the Cuphead OC, oops, going on in the background. So yeah. Isla from Isla. Sometimes hides her feeling in Russian. Okay, I get you. All right. Okay. All right. Okay, thank you. All right. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and start goofing around here. So, I don't really know what to yap about, to be honest. I kind of got through pretty much everything I was planning to yap about last stream. So, I don't know. Is there any news going on that I should dedicate this stream to? Perhaps. Whoops. Okay. Glad to see I still know how to use this program. Another reason I'm doing this is because I really wanted to test out this new program because this is not the program that I normally use to animate on. I normally use OpenTunes. I never ever use Adobe Animate. So this is basically just a way of kind of testing out a program that I'm not familiar with. And yes, I am excited for FNAF 2. But I'm probably not going to see it opening day just because I don't have the time. But maybe I'll see it. Maybe I'll see it next week. Hopefully before next Wednesday. So then maybe next Wednesday I can dedicate it to, talking about it. Maybe I'll play another FNAF game. Who knows? We'll see. But yeah. Nothing new really. Just celebrating my sister's birthday today. Well, that's cool. See. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna start by just gonna go ahead and filling in the pupils here. I guess. This is like this is kind of a test animation that I did a few days ago that I never ended up finishing, but I kind of want to just, polish it up, make it look nice before, I wrap it up. I thought I'd make a good stream for it. Yes, this is from Kirby. This is Marx from Kirby Superstar. I was a big fan of that game. Should I give him that? Should I make him look cute? I don't know. I'm worried if I should put these little dots. That might make him look too cute. I don't care. I'm leaving it in. I'm leaving it in. Alright. So... yeah. I could have sworn I've seen a demon form in Super Smash Bros. Is he in Super Smash Bros? I wasn't sure about that. I think he is. I don't know. I think you mean, if I can, I'll just play a little bit of it here. Like, I guess he kind of goes to like that almost. And then, yeah, he's like a demonic cute almost. So let me just go ahead and fill in the rest here. Man, I am not used to this. I am not used to this program at all. Oh boy. Oh boy. Man. Yeah, so bear with me if this goes by like, or if I'm pretty slow at doing this, because I'm not speedy. That's for sure. Let me see if I can use the bucket tool. Okay, there we go. That's better. That's better. Much better. Nope. Man. Okay. He was a boss in the story mode? Okay, I see. Alright. Yeah. He appeared in quite a few Kirby games, actually. I think he was in not only Kirby Superstar, but he was also in Star Allies, I believe. I don't know. There we go. Okay. This is going by much quicker. Oops. That is not going by quicker. Let's see. I also want to learn how to use Adobe Animate, considering that's how FNF fans make sprites for mods. Yeah, Adobe Animate is used by a lot of studios, actually. That's another reason why I'm teaching myself how to use this. I was not a big fan of this program when I first, started using it a while ago. That's why I never came back to it. But I'm giving it another chance here. I'd say it has a lot of pros and cons. The biggest issue I have with this program is that it doesn't have the option to use any raster brushes. Like, the program runs entirely with vectors. And in short, I just don't think it's as comfortable drawing because I don't have as much control. I don't know. Maybe that's just a me thing. Okay. Let's see here. There we go. Oh, I gotta go back in and add the... Whoops. I'll do that. Let's increase it. Almost forgot this little thing in his eye. This is gonna disappear as soon as his eyes go all demonic and whatnot. Let's see. Just gonna have it get smaller and smaller, I guess. Also, forgive me if the I guess the stream gets a bit laggier than usual, because I'm recording this just with the display capture, because for some reason the window capture is not working for this program. I don't know why. It just isn't. And the reason why they say it's better to use window capture is because it just runs smoother. Anyway, no, we're good. He's just a little demon. Yeah. There's more here, so... You know what? I don't know why I didn't just do this from the beginning. I'm just gonna go ahead and show you the full animation so you can see it. Let's see here. Let me just turn on the looping. Have it loop. There we go. This is imported from a different PC, so it's gonna look different. Okay, here we go. There we go. Yeah, not too bad. I'm not super impressed with it. I think if I, spent more time on it, it would have looked a lot smoother. But for what it is, I'm pretty satisfied. Now, there is more here. More pupils that I gotta fill in. But just look closely. There we go. Oop. Okay. Maybe not. Here we go. There we go. Yeah. Damn it, smooth. Well, thank you. Appreciate it. It is animated on 2s as well, which is also very different from what I'm used to. Normally I animate on 1s, which involves just more frames basically, but here I'm using less frames, which can help make it look smoother actually if it's a really slow action. Yeah. Okay. Let's see here. So once I color in his eyes, I think I'll just maybe add a little bit of shading and then I'll call it done. Because, I don't want to dwell on a already basically finished animation for too long. I kind of want to do something like completely from scratch. I'm hoping that if a few other people like join in, I can do like a suggestion thing where people can just like put in random stuff, and then I'll pick something and then animate that. And it won't necessarily have to be like, you know, video game characters or anything. I'm open to doing pretty much anything. I feel lightheaded. You good, man? I mean, I felt lightheaded too earlier. That's because I did not get much sleep. Oops. Oh boy, what did I just click on? There we go. Okay. Animate Cuphead beating Bendy. We'll see. We'll see. I have actually wanted to animate Bendy for a while. Maybe not like here, but I've always wanted to do a paper animation with Bendy because I think that's really fitting for his, you know, art style. So maybe next time I do a paper animation, I'll animate Bendy. That'd be cool. As far as Cuphead goes, yeah, I could animate Cuphead here. But I think for Bendy, I want to save him for like my next paper reel. Okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna add a little bit of shading on this one, and then I'll move on. Okay. Wonder if there's no. Okay. Nope, we're good. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so I don't want to go overboard with this because it is going to create a lot of work for me, and I don't want to be stuck on this for a while. Let's see. Oops. Okay. That looks all right. A little bit. I really don't like how it shows it, you know, as solid before it goes transparent. Oh my god. Stop staring at me with them big old eyes. His eyes are gonna keep staring. Alright, so if you don't mind me asking, what's your technique when you do shading? Or if you do shading? Because I've noticed that I do it differently than how most people do it. I don't know. For me, I usually just take black and then I just color over it, but add a lower opacity. And that's how I add shading to, you know, my stuff. But apparently that's not how most people do it. So I'm curious on how you do it. Now I'm worried if I'm adding too much shading, because I am gonna have to keep doing this. We'll not do that. Okay. Okay. And another thing, can you hear the music in the background too? Because I do have music playing, like, from a YouTube window, just so this isn't like, you know, dead quiet. Use darker colors. Yeah, that's how I used to do it, but I don't know. That's always been so tedious for me, and I don't understand, you know, why most people do it that way. Because, you know, just adding a separate layer at a low opacity and then just putting black over everything. Well, this isn't black. This is blue. But normally when your outline is black, it would match up. So, in fact, I could probably use black. for this. Well, too late now, but normally when I do shading, I would use black, but for here I'm using blue for some reason. Okay. There we go. Nice. Nice. Yeah, that is that is the Ruby and Croaks music. For sure. Alright. Let's see. Now I just gotta remember which parts I even shaded in. Otherwise, it's gonna look whack. But yeah. Alright, so what else has been going on, man? Any plans for like your channel? Any like upcoming like art projects you got going on? Kind of curious. As far as me, not too much, honestly. For the time being. I do want to make a New Year's post at some point. You know, some point before New Year's Eve. Or maybe on New Year's Eve. But aside from that, I don't really have any huge plans going on. Have you seen any indie animated shows like The Amazing Digital Circus or Murder Drones? Great question. I did check out the pilot for the Amazing Digital Circus, and I don't know. I never ended up finishing it. I guess it didn't really captivate me that much. I do want to go back and finish watching it and kind of, you know, give the show another chance, because I don't feel like I really got enough out of it. I somewhat like the premise, but it didn't grab me, let's just say. And I don't know what Murder Drones is. Or I might have heard of it, but nothing comes to mind. Right now I can't post videos. I'll try to post often. Community posts. Okay, so is your does YouTube have like restrictions on your channel? Like, is that why you can't post regular videos, just like community posts? Because I know they're doing that now. Okay. Yeah. Whoops. There we go. I'm really not a fan of YouTube's new AI age verification policy. That was giving me a lot of headaches before I eventually got it resolved. Just a side note. Also, give me 1 second. Okay. No, I have to watch Okay, I get you. So you're just laying low, is what I'm hearing. I gotcha. Murder Drones is made by the same people who did The Amazing Digital Circus. It's really good. Okay, so tell me about it then. Is it animated, first of all? And if it is animated, then is it also with the same art style? Because if it's not, then I would be more interested in checking it out. Because I gotta say, like, the one thing that, like, the thing about Amazing Digital Circus was that I don't think the art style really grabbed my attention much. And I guess that was that. You know, nothing against 3D animation, but I just don't think the animation, at least in the first episode, it wasn't really anything that interested me that much. It's 3D. Okay, it also is. All right. Okay, well, I'll still look into it. And I'll see. It takes place in the future. Okay. Is it in the same universe? Question mark. Like the same universe as Digital Circus? You know what? Maybe I should watch it on stream, honestly. I think that would be a fun idea. Because, you know, there are some shows I do need to check out. And, you know, I wouldn't have any other time to do it elsewhere. So I think on stream would be, like, a fun opportunity to watch it. But only if there's, like, a few people here. The only common thing is Michael Kovac. I do not know who that is. Is that a character from the show? Oops. Yeah, okay. A voice actor, okay, alright. I gotcha. I getcha. But yeah, I think maybe watching Digital Circus, at least the pilot, watching that on stream sounds like an idea I might do sometime. We'll see. Because, you know, there's a lot of shows I do want to check out, but there's only so many of them I could comfortably watch on stream. Because, you know, I'm just worried about their, like, rating, you know. But Digital Circus sounds relatively clean for the most part. Okay. I think that was the last frame. Nope. One more. Or two more. I'll do one more and then I might just copy and paste the last one. Save time. Okay. There we go. The shading here is not going to look super consistent throughout the frames, but as long as it's in the general place, it should still work out pretty well. What else we got? Okay. One show I suggest is Indie Cross. It's 2D animated and has all different indie game characters crossing over. Cuphead and Henry Stickmin make a cameo. Interesting, interesting. So where can I see that show? Is it on YouTube? Because that actually intrigues me, you know. I mean, Cuphead and Henry Stickmin are like, you know, the two biggest things that I pull from, you know, in terms of my art style. So that sounds fun. Yeah, don't do that. Okay. Okay, it is on YouTube. All right, cool. Episode 3 is in production. Cub is one of the main characters, and they mimicked his show voice. Really? Okay. Well, you know what? I might check that out then. I do love Cuphead's voice in the Cuphead show. I think they casted him perfectly. What's his name? True Valentino. I think that's his voice actor. Wonderful job. Although I love Mugman's voice actor even more. Frank Totoro. I think that's his name. I don't know. Pretty much every cast member in the show, like, I did an amazing job. I can't even deny it. Especially the devil. I love the devil's voice in the show. Okay. Okay, there's that. Oh, so they changed his voice actors around a bit. Ah, I see. Oops. Okay. Okay. Cuphead versus Right Hand Man. Interesting. Interesting. I assume we're talking about the the Right Hand Man from Henry Stickmin, like Reginald's Right Hand Man from the Toppet clan. Speaking of Henry Stickmin, I've actually wanted to play Henry Stickmin again because it's been a long time, and I kind of wanted to revisit it. You know, so maybe one of these days I'll play it on stream. I'm looking forward to doing that. One, because I like Henry Stickmin, and two, it's also like not a super stressful game. You know, I've noticed that recently on stream I've been playing a lot of like stressful games, which is fun and all, but sometimes I want to just relax a minute, and Henry Stickmin is a pretty relaxing experience most of the time. The quick time events can get kind of scary, but for the most part, the game's pretty chill. It's more of just a gag game, really. Like you just laugh at it, and then that's about it, really. It's not really gameplay based. You used to play on your school laptop, but now everyone uses Chromebooks. Yeah, yeah, I remember like when I was in high school, I did play my fair share of games on the school computers. Yeah, that was fun. Those were the days. now I have my own PC, which is nice. Because I don't have to worry about any admin restrictions. Hold on, did I forget to... No, we're good. I noticed that I probably should have put shading right here, you know, between his head and his feet. But it's already too late to do that, so I don't feel like it. And the line work is very messy, I know. Like I said, if I was actually... because this animation was like pretty rushed. Like I did it in like one night. Basically just as a little test. And I kind of liked it, so I kept it. You know? I don't think I'm gonna like post it or anything. I don't think it's good enough to post, but it is still a decently enjoyable project that I worked on. How long does animation usually take you? Well, it depends on how long it is, honestly. Like any of the paper animations that you remember of mine, I would say some of those have taken me like months to make, actually. Specifically my Cuphead ones. I don't know if you remember the Cuphead paper animations that I made a while ago. But yeah, those ones took forever. Like literally months. I'm not even kidding. But just for my like decently short paper animations, they usually take me like a couple days, maybe. Not too long. And this one here, like I said, I just made it quickly in like a couple of hours. And now I'm adding the finishing touches to it, so that is good. Hello, Gamer Chase TV. Nice to see you here. Certainly glad you could join us. I should have put in the title, like, whoops. I should have put in the title to like leave suggestions for animating in the chat. Oh well, let's do it to change it now. Also, I know the thumbnail for this stream is kind of lazy. I didn't really have time to make a fresh one. You're live streaming too? Hello. Greetings. Okay. God damn it. I gotta stop bringing that up. Whoops. Okay, yeah. Yeah, the Cuphead stream, I know the Cuphead stream was like... I know the thumbnail of that was pretty lazy, but that was like more intentional. Like that was intentionally like crudely made just for the sake of jokes. But for this one, I did want to make like, since I plan on doing a couple of art streams in the future, you know. So, and I was planning to reuse like the art stream thumbnails over and over again for those streams. So the one that I made for this one, like, it's not like, you know, super good, so I'll probably end up making a different one next time, and then I'll end up using that. Man. Is this a double stream or what? Okay, let's see. What's going on, folks? Hi from Xavier's channel. Why are so many people joining in all of a sudden? Did I do something? Oh boy. Okay. Yo, his feet are bread. I know they look like I know they look like bread. Did mine crash or is it the stream? My stream's good. I don't know about the other stream, but the stream's doing pretty well. Okay. And we'll bump up the music a little bit. Why not? Okay. Oops. Let's do a little bit more. Okay. All right. Okay, let's see. Alright, so this is what I got so far. You know, his eyes go like this, and then he jumps up in the air. Oh, I guess I should add shading on this part too. This frame looks really crudely drawn. Man. Alright then. Just gonna color that in. Doesn't have to be super perfect. These are one of those frames that you only see for like not even a second. Okay. I think I'm gonna go ahead and should probably color in his mouth too. Let me see. There we go. All right. There we go. Okay. All right, so there we go. That's the full jump. Nice. Nice. Okay. Man. Bro, what is going on in the chat? Okay. I don't even have the slightest idea of what's going on. I don't know. I don't know, man, what the stream has become. I think so. But you know what? At least there's a full house here, you know? Okay. Nice. Okay. What's the little guy named? Well, this character is Marks from Kirby. That's his name. It's not my character. It's this is fan art. Yeah. Yeah, see, they know. They know who his name is. Some people know him. Because I wanted to do I wanted to make like some sort of transformation animation. And this is the first character that came to my mind that actually transforms into something. You know? So I thought I'd do that. There we go. Oops. Ah, crap. Did I goof it? Whoops. I think I just put this on the wrong frame by accident. Maybe it's glitching. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, this. Okay. Alright, that's just gonna delete that. Let's see. There we go. I forgot I actually have to insert frames now. Forgive me, I have no idea what I'm doing. I don't even know how to animate. It feels like. Alright. There we go. Okay. Yeah. Normally I would... crap. Okay, normally I would have a shortcut on my pen to just add. To add a frame, but I can't do that for some reason. I'm back. Went to check that other stream. Well, so who's streaming exactly? Is there like another stream here? That's like... So you're saying someone's streaming right now that's in the chat? I'd like an explanation, please, by literally anyone as to what this other stream is about. Thank you. Xavier Fluff YT. Okay. About a game, huh? Interesting. It's like an RPG type style. I'm doing it for my viewers. In my singing monsters. Okay. Alright. I getcha. Oops. Yes, please. Just gonna add this in. Come on. Can't even see any zoom in. There we go. These are not... Oh, okay. What did I just do? Oh, okay. Alright. Marx looks like a clown. He's more of a jester, I think. In fact, I think that's actually what he is. He's like a jester, which is kind of like a medieval clown, I think. Maybe. I don't know. I don't really know what a jester is, but that's what Marx is. Okay. Okay. Gotta make sure to save. I don't want to lose this. A demonic jester. Yeah, that's a better way I would describe it. God damn it. I keep pressing the Windows key by accident. That shows you how you say that shows you how well I'm used to this. There we go. So I guess since there's like at least a few people in here now, just leave some suggestions as to what I should animate next after this. Because we already have Cuphead. That's one suggestion. Let's see if we can get a few more. That'd be nice. And then I will just do like or then I'll just pick a random one, I guess. It can be anything, not necessarily a video game character, once again. Just put something in the chat. Okay. All right. Let's see how it looks so far. Okay. So he gets all crazy-eyed. Let me zoom in a bit. So he starts off cute, and then he gets crazy-eyed, then he jumps in the air. Yeah, like that. Okay. I think I'll skip shading for this part here. I'll just go back to, I'll just finish it off on this part. Mainly just because I want to kind of get through this. Okay. Blairette. What is that? Is that something I should know? Sounds like it's something I should know. Gosh darn it. Yeah, I have no clue who that is or what that is. Okay, so it is from My Singing Monsters. Oh boy. Well, I guess that's what I'll be drawing. After I look up what that even looks like. Man. I don't know. I'll see how detailed it is. If it's a character with a lot of detail, then I'm not gonna bother. Oops. But if it's a somewhat decent or somewhat simplistic character, then yeah, we'll see. Gosh darn it. Okay. Okay. There we go. That should be it. For the mouth. Yeah. Yep, that works. Now I just gotta add shading and then I'll be all set. Starting right here. Okay. Not too much. Okay. We'll see. Alright. Blare it, huh? Whoops. I think I'm also gonna put shading like in between him when he splits in half here. Anyone who hasn't played Kirby or doesn't know who this character is probably confused by this part of the animation. Or maybe not, I don't know. Because for the record, this here is something that actually happens in the game. Like, I didn't make that up. Which is a pretty chaotic design choice on Nintendo's part. Should I put shading on the... I am not going to put shading on the wings. Because I did not feel like doing that. Just gonna shade up the body and that'll be it. Your brother likes Kirby? That's cool. Yeah, I like Kirby too. I mean, I don't really play Kirby games that much anymore just because, you know, most of the modern Kirby games are a little bit too easy, I think. It feels like Kirby games kind of aim for a younger demographic, which makes sense. But I like games with a little bit more challenge. Well, Kirby does have challenging aspects, like through bonus content, but usually most of the main story of each Kirby game, usually they're not that challenging. The Kirby fighting game. Which one? Are you talking about that free one that's on the Kirby Clasher or something? I don't know. I know there was one fighting game that was like totally free. I don't know. So if we're talking about that one, yes, I have played that one. Kirby Air Riders was recently censored because of someone's custom board. Oh my god. That's funny. Yeah. Yeah. I've played, on the Switch at least, I've played Kirby Star Allies. That fighting game that you just mentioned. And I've played some of the... Actually, no, that's it. That's all the ones I played on the Switch. The other ones were just 3DS. Oops. I didn't mean to do that. Okay. What song is this? I do not remember this. Oh, hurry up. That's weird. I did not remember that from the game. So I was like, what's that? Okay. Anyway. I'm skipping that one. Okay, there we go. Okay. Moving on. Oops. Let's try it. This song here is actually an unused song. This is from the coin op level that was scrapped, which is pretty cool. Okay. Don't worry, folks. Almost done with this one, and then I'll draw that character whose name I already forgot. Okay. Coin up op should have came in the DLC. Yes, for real. I was like so disappointed when they didn't add it in the DLC. Because the level that it was originally supposed to take place in was still like, you know, quote unquote under construction. That was a huge disappointment for me. And we'll probably never see that level, unfortunately. So Marcus is a demon disguised like a jester. Yeah, pretty much. That's a good way to describe it. At this point, I'm being so picky with the shading. Like, I'm only adding shading on like 3 things out of the whole character, which doesn't really look that good. But screw it. Oh well. Yeah, the song is good. I guess that's probably why they posted it. Just because, you know, they're like, hey, we don't want the song to go to waste. So they're like, all right, just add it to the soundtrack. And there you go. It just keeps going, man. Jesus. It's like just when you think it's over, it keeps going. I mean, this is more impressive when you consider that like all the music for Cuphead was live recorded. So this song is kind of a feat. Okay. It's too bad too. They probably put a ton of effort into like, you know, composing this track just for it to not be used in the final game. Okay. Yeah, okay. We'll add shading in between here too. I've heard Coin Op Bob was supposed to be a level of Cuphead and Mugman playing a video game and you control their mini selves. Yeah, I saw that too. I think it was Tetrabit Gaming that like made a video on it. I think. Yeah, he went over a bunch of unused stuff for that game. And I'm glad to say that like at least some of the unused things from the base game were re-implemented into the DLC. Like the spider guy, for example. That was reused. And the light. And a few others as well. Okay. Well, we're almost done with this one. Just a few more frames, really. And then we'll call it. When I got the Xbox version, it came with behind-the-scenes stuff. Oh, yeah, huh. Yeah, I remember that. I remember for, like, one of the anniversary, specials, they introduced a lot of, like, behind-the-scenes info for the Xbox versions. Yeah, that's cool. I do not own an Xbox, so I did not see that. But I do own the Art of Cuphead book. The book that goes over the Art of Cuphead. I own one of those. It's a pretty good book. Even videos of how the DLC map was made in 3D along with live recording of the DLC's final boss. Wow, that's cool. Yeah. It is astonishing how much effort they put into that game. And I can't wait to see what they cook up next. I don't know. Studio MDHR has been pretty quiet lately. I don't know what they're working on. But whatever it is, they're being very secretive. That's for sure. They are doing something. They put up plenty of tweets going over like their search for like programmers and game level designers as well. So whatever they're doing, I hope it's good. I'm sure it'll be good. I wanted to get that book. Yeah, it is a good book. I recommend getting it. Your OC looks like Benny, but without the hair. Well, this isn't an OC. Unless you're talking about my avatar. In that case, I really don't see it. Do you think the Cuphead show could ever be renewed? I mean, I don't want to completely, brush off the possibility, but I don't think it'll get renewed. Because, it's been a while now since the season was wrapped up, so I don't think Netflix is gonna renew it. Really, unfortunately, as much as I would love to see it get renewed, I just really don't think it will. I would love to be proven wrong, though. Yeah. Yeah. I feel like Netflix would have no incentive to renew like an old show that like was already finished. I mean, I know the show's not canceled or anything, but I just don't see why they would go back and like renew it. Especially since they've, already found greater success with like other projects. It's annoying that they renewed Big Mouth like a million times and gave it like 12 seasons or whatever. Feels like. And yet they didn't even renew the Cuphead show, which was arguably a better show. The ending literally builds up to the game's story. That is true. Well, kind of. Not really. They've gone on record saying that the creators have stated that the show is like not in the same continuity as the game, which makes sense considering that Cuphead and Mugman meet Miss Chalice in the show for the first time. Wait, and if it's supposed to take place before the game, then that wouldn't really make sense, considering that they meet her in the game as well. So, it doesn't exactly line up perfectly, I don't think, if that is what they were going for. I think the ending to the show was just a fun little callback to the game and nothing else. I don't think it was meant to actually, you know, loop into the game's plot. I don't think so. I think it was just like a clever callback or an Easter egg almost, and that was just it. But I don't know. Anyway, I think that's it. So that's so let's see the completed animation. Yeah, looks pretty good. Decent. I'll give it that. Okay, there's one more thing I want to do, though. I'm sorry, I know I said this is it, but I think I want to add some sort of background. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just add a new layer here. Let's go background. And we'll put that there. Okay. Alright. Alright, so I'm going to add some sort of background. Although I don't know if I should, though. Oh, yeah, I probably shouldn't add a background because the character is transparent. Like, it doesn't have any solid color. So I feel like if I did add a background, then it would just blend through. Yeah, I probably shouldn't do that, actually. Yeah, because I don't feel like going in and... I'm not gonna go in and color this. That's gonna be annoying, and frankly, I don't really care to color it. So, I think I'll just call it done for that. I think it was sort of supposed to do that. Of course, some details were left out, but they can't exactly line it all together, but they imagine it's how it's supposed to go that way. Yeah, I guess that could be the case. If they did renew the show, what do you think? Like, how do you think it would even pick up, though? That's the thing. Like, if it is supposed to loop into the game's story, then would they just retell the game's story? Or would they maybe, like, fast forward into the future, maybe? And do a season that takes place, like, many years after the game in DLC. Maybe Cuphead and Mugman are, like, I don't know, grown adults. Oh, I guess, I don't know. There's a debate over whether they're even kids or adults already. I don't really know. Their ages are kind of, like, you know, unconfirmed. But still, I think, you know, taking the universe of Cuphead and, like, fast forwarding into the future and just seeing how things are would be a cool idea. Cool animation. I need to learn more Kirby. Yeah. I do like Kirby. I love drawing Kirby and animating Kirby characters just because of their simplicity. I think simple characters are fun to animate. I think it was supposed to make its own adaptation of the games. Somewhat. You know what? Speaking of the Cuphead universe, I did... I think I mentioned this in my Cuphead stream, but I've read the Cuphead novels, like the Cuphead story novels. I think they were by... Oh, crap, I can't remember the author's name. What was his name? I don't know. Something. But I read the Cuphead novels, and those books were supposedly meant to take place after the DLC, right? And which was interesting because they came out like they were released before the DLC even came out, and I remember like Chef Saltbaker was like one of the main characters in the books, and that made me think like, oh, okay, so Saltbaker must be a good guy, otherwise, you know, he wouldn't be in the books, you know. Because even before the DLC came out, I was already suspecting that Chef Saltbaker would be the final boss. But then I thought I was wrong when I read the books. Turns out, no, he is still evil. So that's interesting. Yeah. Excuse me 1 second. Let me grab some water. Okay. Then the DLC drops in what? Wait, did I lose my train of thought? What was I saying? Wait, sorry, rewind. Rewind back. What are you asking? Huh? Cause, yeah. Alright. Let's draw something else. Let's see. First, let me just save this. Because I don't want to lose this at all. Okay. Okay. Let's, should I just... Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. So, yeah. Like, I remember when the first, like, DLC trailer came out, I already, like, suspected that Saltbaker was, like, the bad guy, I guess. Because he just seemed really sus overall. But then the books, when I read the books, they portrayed him as, like, a good character. So, you know, that kind of blew my theory. That kind of poked a few holes in my theory. But in the end, I was wrong. He was a bad guy. But I guess he got redeemed sometime after the events of the DLC. That they don't really... Or I guess he got redeemed like at the end. In the credit sequence. Okay. Alright, so what am I drawing? Oh yeah, you guys suggested that character from Singing Monsters. Let me see what that is. Blairette. Okay. I'm gonna look that up. On my phone, because I don't want to switch tabs right now. Okay, it just looks like a blue giraffe with 3 heads. That looks fun. Terra Lab, that's another one. Okay. Terror. I can't seem to find that one. Oh boy. Alright then. Terrell is Blairette backwards. Oh, okay, I get you. Okay. Alright, so... I guess I'll try and draw this character. I'm gonna see if I can pull up an image of him, like, somewhere, so that I can actually use that as reference. I think doing an idle animation for this guy seems pretty fun. So I'm gonna do that. Yeah. Alright, let's see here. I'm up for the challenge, that's for sure. And let's see. Let's do black this time. Okay. Just gonna get my brush sizes figured out. Okay. Alright. Alright, interesting. Alright, so I'm not, for the record, I'm not gonna draw him exactly how he looks in the game. I'm gonna do it my way, that's for sure. Because there's already some design details that that I would definitely change just from looking at him. So that's what I'm gonna do. Alright then. Oh yeah, and before anyone asks, I am using a drawing tablet, but I'm not one of those like CS monitors, that's for sure. It's just one of those tablets that like doesn't have a screen on it. Because I figured at some point someone's gonna ask me like, you know, what kind of equipment I'm using. So there you go. That's the answer. To get more specific, I'm using an UGE tablet. Okay. All right, so we have this shape here. I'm just trying to get the general shape of his body. And then let's draw his head here. His head's also pretty stubby, but I'm gonna make it big just for fun. There we go. And then there's his neck. There we go. Okay. That works. Okay. Let's try and make that a little bit less thick. Alright, let me get closer in. So I know it might look terrible now. That's because it is. But we got this. I'll make it work. Okay. Let's add his legs now. Just gonna draw these straight up. I don't really have an idea of how to do that. There we go. Nice. Okay. Hello. Whoever just typed in the stream, I can't see your name. Okay. Or the chat, excuse me. Alright. There's that. Alright, let's erase this. Alright. I'm gonna try and get his face. I think the face might be something that I want to focus on. Let's see. Okay, so we got these. These ears of his. There we go. Is it going to be an idle animation? Yeah, probably. We'll see. We'll see. I'm definitely gonna vary a little bit for his mouth. Should I give him like a really weird smile? I'm gonna do that actually, because the image I have here shows his mouth looking more like this. But I'm gonna kind of vary a little bit from it. I don't know, give him a really weird mouth. There we go. That's much more like it. I like that a lot more. All right. Nice. All right, let's clean it up a little bit. All right then. Yeah, this is very messy. If I was actually doing this like in my own time, I would be much more precise with it. But since I know you guys are watching, I don't want to like spend too long on one part. I kind of want to keep it like expedited, you know, just so like no one gets too bored. Yeah, whoops. I guess we'll give him some bottom teeth too. There we go. Here we go, and then we'll just bring that in. Okay. All right. So how's his eyes gonna look? Let's see what we got for his eyes. Oh wait, hold on. First we gotta do his nose. So let's see here. Okay, so his nose in the picture just looks like this, but that's lame. We're not gonna do that. I'm gonna give him a goofy looking nose. Let's see. Yeah, I like that. Wait, no. There we go. Much better. Perfect. Please allow me to express my creativity. My genius creativity, that's for sure. Alright, I'm just gonna clean up these lines a little bit. Alright. Alright, now for his eyes. Once again, yeah, his eyes look kind of lame. I'm gonna give him like these eyes? No. What if I just give him like little dot eyes? Let's see what that looks like. Oh my god. Oh my goodness gracious. Dude. That looks so ugly. Should I leave that in? Hold on, let's make it a little bigger. Let's see. Pie eyes? Oh, brilliant, brilliant. Yeah, of course. How could I not? Let's see. There we go. Here, let me let's get really close in. I'm gonna see if I can like sharpen it a little bit. There we go. Yeah, that works. We'll leave it to that. I think here, let me whoops. Let me try and I'm just gonna make his mouth, my color in his mouth a little bit. Okay. There we go. Just so we can see everything clearly. Alright. Yeah, the line work is pretty messy, but we'll fix that up next time. Okay, so we got that in. Should I give him some eyebrows? Yeah. Yeah, nah, the eyebrows are whack. Maybe. There we go. Okay, so yeah, okay, I'm just gonna, he has this little, like, he has like kind of a ring on his eyes, but I'm not gonna replicate that. That's gonna be too strange. Let's just let's see. There we go. That's good. Okay. All right, moving on. That's his head, if you'd even call it that. So he also has like a bunch of other stuff going on in his body. So when the body's going to take a lot of editing, that's for sure. In fact, I'm going to do that now, actually. Let's do that. I'm going to completely redo, well, not completely redo, but I'm going to change my outlook on this. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this body here and I'm just going to bring it closer. Just because... yeah, that's good. Yeah, that looks way better. Okay, then erase that. Okay, perfect, perfect. And we can erase these constructions. We don't need those. Just trying to clean this up a little bit. Actually, I'll erase this whole part. I'm just gonna... Whoops, too big. I'm just gonna give him a more, like, rounded body. Yeah, I can kind of see that. I can kind of see that a little bit. Okay. All right. Okay, let's clean this up. All right. All right, so he does have some, I guess, fur or a mane of some sort. So we'll just sketch that in oh so lightly. There we go. And then he has a tail. Yeah. I'm gonna redo this leg here. I don't like this leg. I'm gonna redo this. Let's see. Let's see. There we go. I think for simplicity, I'll just have like lines for his nails. There we go. That works. Or even better, I think I might just leave his feet like stubs almost. That's an option. If I can draw it right. There we go. Sort of. I don't know. I just want to see what this looks like. Let's see. Clearly struggling here. Okay. Ew, why do his legs look like that? I just realized I'm trying to follow along with the picture here. I guess that kind of makes sense. I'll just give him the same legs. We'll give him like... No, those just look like dog legs. Yeah, we'll come back to those. I just want to see what the front legs look like. That looks awful. Oh my god. It has something. It has some value to it, that's for sure. Alright, I'm gonna come back to that. For now, let's do like the other mouths that he has. That'll be fun. Whoops. Okay. I'm open to advice if anyone's willing to, you know, give suggestions on how to do this. You for real made this monster look like if he was in Cuphead. Really? Yeah, I see it. Cuphead blur. That's true. I should probably I should probably go along with that, to be honest with you. In fact, I should keep going. And instead of these legs, I'm gonna give him like, rubber hose legs. Let's see how that turns out. So let's erase this, right? Let's see how this works out. Whoops. Okay. Man. I don't know about this. I thought about doing the rubber hosey legs, but that kind of doesn't match, honestly. Maybe I should just scrap the body and just animate like his head. I think that would be certainly enough. I still have to add mouths on his neck too, because for some reason this character has mouths on his neck. I'm not sure why though. Let's see. Man, that looks strange. Okay. Man, that looks weird. Can I erase? I can. Alright, we're good. Man, if that didn't look weird enough, this is already like super weird. Oh man. Alright, bye bye, Gamer Chase TV. It was nice having you here. Hope to see you next week. Okay. I wonder what time it is actually. Yeah, I'll keep streaming for a little bit longer. But yeah, okay, I'm gonna scrap this body here. All that's gone. Same with this tail here. I think just animating. I really want to focus on this head specifically. That's something I want to really focus on. Let's not make it too big. There we go. Okay. Here we go. Let me just connect it down somewhere. There we go. Now he's just gonna be a floating Blaired head. Okay, let's turn that around. Turn that a little bit. There we go. I see it. Alright then, so let's wait, hold on a sec. What's my FPS at? It's at 30. Let's bring it down to 24. That's more suitable. If it'll proceed. There we go. Alright, cool. Nice. Let's see. 12 frames. Here we go. 12. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna see if I can make his mouth close a little bit. That might be fun. Let's see. Nah, hold on. I'm having way too much fun with this. Okay, let's move it down just a little bit. Okay. I want to keep his teeth in the same place, so I should probably trace over that. Okay, we'll have his ears go up a little bit. I'll keep his eyes in the same place for the most part. Okay. There we go. And now I'm gonna have him go down a little bit. Oops. Okay. All right. I think I'll have his face. I think I'll have his neck faces like frowning. That'd be a cool idea. There we go. Okay, let's see how that looks. Okay, I like it. Nice. Cool. Okay, so I'm just gonna have this loop over. Let's see, copy frames. Let's go another 12 frames, so 24. Blank keyframe. Then paste frames. Okay. There we go. Nice. So it's kind of moving his mouth up and down a little bit. That's cool. Whoops. Okay. All right. So now that I have that, let's see if I can smoothen this out just a little bit. After I... Wait a minute. I'm not sure why this is like in a different position. That's weird. Oh, wait. I know I have this. How do I delete this? There we go. I don't know why I had a camera layer on. That was weird. Okay. Yeah, whoops. I didn't mean to do that. Probably should save this. Stuff. There we go. Perfect. All right. Let's see here. So I'm not going to go for a super smooth approach. I think just like decently. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Okay, this works. All right. All right, let's see if I can do some sort of in between. Whoops. Crap. I didn't even drop that. Alright then, where's my pen? Here we go. Let's see here. Yeah, this is kind of a mess. This is what happens when you have in-betweens really close together. So, what I'm gonna do is, here we go. Just follow along bit by bit. Hmm. That works. I can see that. The chat's been pretty quiet recently. Is anyone still watching? All right, cool. You guys are like quiet, so that's why I was wondering, like, is anyone still here? Or oh, I see. Okay, nice. I get you. I get you. All right. And here we go. Yeah, I'm definitely going for an idle animation with this. It's gonna be pretty simple. Okay, since my commentary is starting to lower here, I'll just turn up the music a little bit, since I don't have too much to say for this part. Okay. Nice. Okay. Oh, can't forget his ears. Okay. Okay, let me skip this song. Let's get a song with a little more action in it. Okay, here we go. That's cool. This is the music that they used in the DLC trailer. for Cuphead, I think. Yeah, it is. Okay. And this main is gonna start becoming very annoying because I didn't really draw it with that much precision the first few frames, and I don't feel like going back to change it. So let's okay, I'll be more active now. I was texting. I was like, oh yeah, no worries, man. You know, I'm cool if you're doing other things too. I was just curious. That's all. Because, you know, I can't see like how many people are in my chat right now, because I'm like on OBS, unless I switch tabs, but I wasn't switching tabs, so yeah. Anyway, in fact, I'll check right now, just now that I mention it. Wow, there's 4 people watching. Interesting. Interesting. Seems like a lot of you guys are kind of just lurking without saying anything. Although perhaps that's my fault. I should make more conversation. If you're watching, what's your favorite color? There we go. I need to get more conversations going. Green. Really? That's interesting. Not because green's a bad color, I like green, but I don't hear a lot of people say green. It's pretty unique. My favorite color is kind of a mix of red and blue, I guess. Sometimes I'll say red, sometimes I'll say blue. Yeah. Although one really underrated color that it isn't my favorite color, but it's a color that I like a lot because it shows up well with colored pencil, and that's yellow. I think yellow shows up really well when you're coloring with pastels, colored pencil, or even markers. Pretty much any traditional form of coloring, I think yellow shows up really good. I don't know why, but it just does. So yeah, I really like yellow in that regard. Okay. Alright then. Alright. So if anyone is questioning what I'm doing exactly, I'm kind of just like easing into each frame and easing out by doing like the midway point of each frame, just to make it easy for myself. You know, the smarter thing to do would be more of like a, since this is animated on 2s, it'd be probably smarter just to kind of draw the frames closer to each key. But that requires brain power, and I'm trying to turn my brain off right now. So I'm just doing it the easiest way possible. Should still look okay, regardless. I love neon and hypercolors for some stupid reason. I love neon colors too. Those are great. It's pretty awesome. Let's see. Okay. And there we go. Nice. All right. Oh, forgot the ears. Silly me. How could I forget the ears? Can't really see that well where the outline is, but I'm kind of just eyeballing it. Okay, now for the main. I'm also not really using a good brush size. I'm just kind of, because I have pressure sensitivity on, so I'm just kind of pressing very lightly to get thin lines, and then pressing hard to get thicker lines. Which I don't normally do, but it's working out pretty well. Yeah, it's Mr. King Dice. Although this is the instrumental version, not the actual version. I think I skipped over the actual version. Just because I didn't want it to be distracting, because it had, like, words in it. See, the reason I picked the Cuphead soundtrack is because, one, it's good, and two, because I think it's just really good background music to have. Most jazz is really good for background music. At least I think so. Now, I typically wouldn't put Cuphead music like in the background of like any big project, but this is just a live stream, so it's nothing crazy. Okay. Oh god. Okay, this is gonna be a really, really tight frame, but it should give pretty decent look. And let's see. This is a. Let's skip. Oh, the King's Court. Everyone loves this one. Yeah. This is like everyone's favorite part of the soundtrack back when the game first came out. Myself included. Crap. That works. Sort of. I'm not trying like super hard to get this like perfect. Like if I was actually animating this like on my own, I would definitely try more hard to get the lines as perfect as possible. But once again, since I know people are watching, I don't want to, you know, dwell on it too much. I prefer to just, you know, expedite the process to make it more entertaining and less tedious to watch. Next time, play the Undertale OST. It'll make you cry. Yeah, I do love the Sans boss fight theme. That I forgot the title of that song. Something. But yeah, of course. And I think there was like a few other songs that I like too. But like I said, I haven't played Undertale, so I really can't say for certain what the best song is because I haven't heard all the songs yet. But I should. Megalovania, yeah, there it is. That's the song. I know it's the most cliche song for me to say is my favorite song, but I'm a very cliche person, so. Okay, I'm just gonna draw over this. Oops. Undertale Yellow. Undertale Yellow? What's that? Is that a DLC or something? Nice. Yeah. Not only is this animation gonna look like a Cuphead style, but it's also gonna feel like a Cuphead animation just because of how like jittery it's gonna look. Like I can already tell, just because I'm redrawing everything from scratch, I can tell this is gonna like give Cuphead vibes, but just not as smooth because it's on 2s instead of 1s. A fan game. Oh, okay. I get you. Yeah. Oh yeah, there's a lot of fan games that I do want to play on stream. Yeah, okay. Oops. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Let's move on to the DLC soundtrack. Just to get some... whoops. Wrong one. I don't know if I keep going into the... Whoops. There we go. Alright. I think that's it for this frame. Oh, nope. Forgot the ears again. I always forget to draw the ears. Bum, bum, bum. Your drawing is very good. I see what you did there. Unless that was a typo. Well, either way, thank you. The mouth looks like it came straight out of Family Guy. Really? I don't really see it that much. Maybe. I can kind of see what you mean. I can kind of see what you're saying. Okay. Okay, I think that's the... Well, not the last frame. There's still more to do, but... Yeah, okay, so he's squinching his mouth there. So I'm just gonna have to... First I need to ease into this part, and then I can reuse some of the frames for this part to make it loop around. So, really, where... Ah, crap, did I goof it? Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4... Ah, crap, I think I goofed it. This does not line up right. Okay, that's okay. That's fine, I can always add another frame. That's okay. Alright. Let's see here. Alright. Yeah, okay, alright. Okay. Sorry, forgive me, I was just kind of brainstorming. Well, not really brainstorming, I was just having a brain malfunction. It's kind of late at night, okay? It's been a long day. Forgive me. Okay, let me do the eyes. Actually, before I do anything, I should probably do the mouth. Because the mouth's the most important part here. Let me just zoom out a bit. Okay, so... Alright, so I do want some of the teeth to show. So what I think I'm going to do is... The colors look confusing. Yeah, when your drawings are this close together, it can kind of turn into like a pretty mumble-jumbled mess, especially when they're different colors. That's just something that you kind of get used to. Let's see, right there. Nah, that's not good enough. I think I need to go like down here. There we go. I think. I'm not even sure really. I'll play it back in succession and see like what I'm missing out on. I think that makes sense. And then I can just draw the teeth like that. I think. My astigmatism is astigmatisming. Oh my god. Is that so, Violet? Yeah. Okay. Okay, let me just see if this works. Okay, yeah, that works. That works. I was getting worried if I was drawing it in the wrong place. Nah, we're good. Sorry, I went to get cake, but I miss. Nothing really. Just still trying to do the mouth here. It's taking me a surprisingly large amount of brain power just to figure this out. Which I don't know why. It's not that complicated. Man. I'm so glad I'm not doing the body. If I was doing the body too, this would literally take me all night. And I'm not trying to burden myself. Plus, I'm pretty sure the person who recommended that I draw this isn't even watching anymore. So it's not like I have to worry about appeasing them. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think this is actually the second to last frame I really need to do completely. Because the other frames I can just use, like, reused elements. I might have to edit them a bit, but they should still work out. Animation looks too difficult. Well, this particular animation, I wouldn't say it's difficult. It just takes a lot of, like, precision. You know? Oh, you are still here, Xavier. I thought you left. Well, I'm glad you're still here to take in the final product of this. And okay, I'm getting sick of this song. Come on, put a better one on. Here we go. I like this one. This is actually one of my favorite tracks in the DLC. Okay. Let's make the mouth change right here. Yeah, this animation isn't really moving a whole lot. I would say it's, for the most part, it's just like very close movements that aren't really that crazy. So I wouldn't really say it's difficult. It's just more of like time consuming. But because yes, I love the Cuphead OST. So I'm listening to that. I wanted to put some sort of music in the background so that, you know, it's not, well, one for me, and not only for me, but also for you guys that are watching this. So it doesn't, you know, get too static. Okay, let me, let's see, there we go. There we go. Okay. Okay, oh, the ears. I always forget the ears. I think I'm done, and then I scroll back up, and the ears still haven't been done yet. Let's see. There we go. Is this the same song? I thought. Oh wait, is it? No, this is a different version. I forgot there's multiple versions of this same track. That's fine though. Like I said, this is one of the better tracks, so I don't mind it. Hopefully you guys don't mind it either. Okay, now for the main. This once again is very not Not very consistent, that's for sure. That's okay. So yeah, the main is going to look awful. I can already tell when I play this back, it's going to look very jittery and it's not going to make a lot of sense. Just because I'm not really that precise enough with it. But hopefully it's not too noticeable. Okay, so there's really only one more, and I'm going to need to add another frame. So let me just F5 this. There we go. Okay, blank keyframe. Okay, so this should be the last frame, and then we should be like pretty much done with this. And then if I have, yeah, the stream has already been going for a decent amount, so I might wrap it up after this. Maybe, we'll see. I don't know. So I guess I'll go ahead and just talk about what next week's stream is going to be. So by next week, or by next Wednesday, hopefully I will have seen the FNAF movie, or the second FNAF movie, when it comes out. And if I did see it, then I will play another FNAF game to talk about it on. Spoiler free, of course. Or maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I shouldn't do that, honestly, because I wouldn't be able to trust if people in the chat can like not share spoilers for the movie. I don't know. If I do, I'll have to put like a spoiler warning in case people do that. I'm sure you guys are capable of not sharing spoiler. You're seeing it tomorrow? Yeah, okay. So hopefully I'm not seeing it opening day, but I will try to see it sometime next week before my next stream, so I can talk about it. Hold on, I got a notification. No, we're good. We're good. But yeah, because I do still want to play FNAF 6, or the Pizzeria Simulator. I hope to see it next week. Me too. Okay. But yeah. So yeah, I'll probably be playing FNAF 6 on stream next week. So that'll be that stream. And if I've seen the movie, then I will talk about it. Alright, then. Let's see, the mouth here. This mouth is like not working. Okay. Okay, time to switch up the track again. Here we go, Bootlegger Boogie. I do love this one. That's a good one. Man. Okay. Yeah, the bottom teeth are in the same place. This doesn't... I just realized the mouth doesn't really make a lot of sense, because like the mouth is closing, but the teeth here are still like in the same spot. Like they're not moving with the mouth. So that doesn't make a lot of sense, but whatever, I don't really care. It's too late to change it. See, that's the thing when you're animating. You're noticing, like, when you're actually animating, you notice a ton of mistakes that, like, you know that the people who see it aren't going to notice, but it's still going to bother you nonetheless because you still see it. And that's just the thing with art in general. You know, when you're actually in there, like, creating the art piece and you're, like, putting a ton of time into it, naturally you're going to see a lot of mistakes in it. Especially if you're an artist that likes to self-critique yourself a lot. Bop. There we go. Okay. Okay, do the ears first this time so I don't forget them. Actually, I'm going to do the ears a little bit closer together because I noticed that it's not really super close when it should be. Sometimes you have to make conscious decisions like that. Okay. Okay. Nice. Yeah, I know the mouth is goofy. But not as goofy as these mouths here. These mouths are extra goofy. Okay. Okay, there we go. I feel like the teeth on these is gonna look like pretty bad when I flip through it. And normally when I'm animating, I do like, you know, look through it constantly. But since you guys are watching, I kind of want to add a little bit of surprise value. So that's why I'm not playing through the animation yet until it's like done. Which adds another realm of like fear because I don't know how it's gonna look fully. Well, I know how it's gonna look. I have a good idea, but I can't predict it fully. Okay. Okay. Bow, bow. Okay. Probably should be zooming out for this part. There we go. Gosh darn it. Gosh darn it. YouTube, why do you keep playing the same song over and over again? Jeez. Let's do this one. I probably should have shuffled those. That would have been way better. Because it's just going in order, I think. So that's why they kind of get repetitive. Okay. Whoops. Nope, hold on. And last line right there. Okay, wait. Almost forgot about this part. There we go. Okay. Alright, so if I can see this, that'd be nice. Okay. Let's play that back and see how it looks. Without... I don't know why it's all selected. There we go. And, oops, I forgot to color that one in. There we go. Nice. He's closing his mouth. Yeah, I think it might be a little too smooth. Like, you know what I could do? Could bump up the FPS just a little bit. I can go to 30 FPS just to make it go faster. There we go. It's a little bit better. Alright. But what I was going to do now is, since I already have these frames, I can just kind of copy them. Just copy that one right here. Have it like go back up. And then I can do the same thing for this side. Paste frames. Copy frames. Paste. There we go. Paste. 1, 2, 3, 4. Copy. Paste. There we go. And then one more. And paste. There we go. Yeah, now we just kind of laughing in a way. Although I need to unselect it. I don't know why Adobe Animate does that. Where like after you play it, it selects every single frame for some reason. And it stays selected even while you're playing it. Alright, there we go. There we go. Nice. He's the laughing ferret, except he's laughing very slowly. let me bump up the FPS to like 50. Let's go 60 FPS and see how it looks. Yeah, ew. Ew, that kind of looks too smooth. I don't really like that. Yeah, that looks weird. Yuck. When it's that smooth, it loses a lot of its liveliness. And it almost looks like AI. Yeah, let's just go back to 30. Laughing ferret. Yeah, that looks better. Okay. Well, we have a little bit of time left. What do you guys think? Should I add a few more finishing touches? I'm gonna do that. I think it's only fair that I add a little bit more like color. So what I'm just gonna grab some. There we go. I'm gonna darken the inside of his ears a little bit, just so it kind of looks better. Okay. Ah, come on. Okay, maybe not. That's annoying. Color. Oh boy. What do you guys think? Should I color it? Alright. I will color it. For what it's worth. Might as well. Let's see how that looks. Alright, I'll color it, but I'm not going to put a ton of detail into the color. Hold on. What color was this character? I completely forgot. Let me look at it. Oh, he's blue? Oh, that's weird. He's blue and pink and purple for some reason. Man. Okay. Alright then. Well, let's go ahead and do that. I hope I can color it all easily without it going into issues. Let's see. Yep, okay. Alright then, let's do that. Let's see. Bucket tool. Oh god. That's too dark. Too dark, too dark. Too dark. Gosh darn it, where's the color wheel? Here we go. Much better. Let's brighten it up just a little bit. That's too much. No. No, 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 no. Let's see. There we go. Much better. Actually, no, it's not. Sorry. I'm not gonna stop till I get this. I want to get the perfect color for it. Same thing, but just a little bit lighter. There we go. Good enough. Okay. Alright then. There might be some areas where the color doesn't like show up well, but I'm just gonna have to leave it like that because I don't really care. Okay. So it's just these parts that... Yeah, okay. Alright. Nice. Ah. I don't know why I'm doing this part with a mouse. I have my pen. It's way easier. Whoops. I have a weird habit of... Come on. You gotta be kidding me. Are you serious? Come on, that's closed. You can color that. Seriously? Ay, I'm not gonna... Hold on, I'll come back to that. Let me just do the rest of this. Okay. And then, according to my reference image, the lips are purple. And his nose is pink, but I might just leave that. Actually, I'll make it pink. Why not? Nope. Okay. Let's see. Hold on. First, I need to go in and... I gotta go in and now and see if I can... There we go. There we go. Okay, now we gotta do a pink color for the inside of his ears. Whoops, but not that pink. It's gotta be a light pink. Very light pink. Almost bluish. There we go. That works. Yeah. So yeah, the picture shows his ears and nose being pink. So I'm gonna follow the, whoops. I'm gonna follow the, why is that not? Okay. That was weird. I'm gonna follow the reference image so that I can look as close as possible to, why is that not? That's so annoying. Any art tips? Pass. I really couldn't tell you. I'm not an art fanatic. Well, I am an art fanatic, but not when it comes to educating others on art. I guess just keep doing it. Just, you gotta strive for, when you're doing art, or trying to learn any skill really, you gotta strive for just having fun. And you gotta try your best not to compare yourself to others. And not let slow progress bring you down. Because that's a pitfall that I see a lot of people fall into. Is that, you know, they try art, but then they think that they just don't have a chance at like becoming an artist because they just don't have the talent for it. Which isn't true, you know. Because there's no artist that starts off good, you know. You always have to work up to it. It's just the difference is like how much time are you willing to give it, you know. And there might be some people that tell you that art is just a natural talent and that some people just can't make art. But that's not really true. And most artists will tell you that that's not true. Anyway, moving on. Okay, so yeah, okay. So the lips are purple, and I think I'm gonna go for just like a really light purple. Once again, the picture shows it kind of dark, but I'm gonna keep it light. I'm gonna keep it light just so it stays along. And the picture also shows purple lips for the body here, but I didn't really draw the lips for the body, so I'm not gonna color those. Once again. Yep. So I'm curious, for anyone here that does art, what program do you use? Just like let me know. Because rewinding back to the art tip question, if you happen to use a similar program that I'm using, then I might be able to stray a few like technical tips. Okay. Not this song. Okay, let's yeah, nah, let's go back to the beginning here. Just gonna rewind this. Alright. Okay. Okay, I gotta fill this in. Alright, now back to that. Does that work now? There we go. Yeah, that works, I guess. You kidding me? Oh god. Alright, this is gonna be annoying. Because I can't seem to... Alright, we're gonna be stuck on this for a minute. Okay, grab that. This stream will probably be just as long as the Cuphead stream. How long was the Cuphead stream? I don't even remember, honestly. I know the Cuphead stream was like slightly longer than it probably should have been. Gosh darn it. Okay, this is getting annoying. Yeah, as soon as I finish coloring this, I'm probably gonna like call it for the night. Because I am getting kind of tired. Although this has been fun. I did enjoy this stream. And I hope you guys did as well. Those of you who are still watching. Okay. I'm sure there's a way to like save colors, but I really don't know how to do that on this program. So that's why I'm just, you know, grabbing the colors again. What is going on? Are you kidding me? Jeebers. Alright, I'm just gonna go in and like fill all these in. Fill in these gaps so that I can then go and color it afterwards. Okay, that should be good. Okay. The Cuphead stream was 2 hours, 15 minutes, and 53 seconds. Okay. Yeah, I doubt it'll get to that length. I'll probably just, like I said, it's probably gonna be finished as soon as I wrap this one up here. Although, it's gonna take eons if I keep running into dead ends with these. There we go. These gaps here. Okay, there's a swap feature. I like that. It's way faster. Okay. Okay, fill in those. Now we're good, okay. Alright. Nope. Sorry, Elder Kettle, we're gonna skip you. Oops. No, don't do that. No, do not do that. Please don't do that. Yeah. There's a lot of weird features in this program that I still don't even understand how to use. So I prefer to just not use them. Gosh darn it. It would be lovely if this could be done with soon. Nope. Of course not. I keep running into more gaps that are preventing me from using the bucket tool. Sorry, it's probably excruciating to watch. It's excruciating for me too, trust me. Okay. Nope. Another one. Sometimes it's hard to believe Cuphead is an indie game with how much work they put into the soundtrack. For example, it's live recorded. Yeah, it is astonishing how much effort they put into the game. Like not only the animation, but the soundtrack as well was crazy. Like I don't know if you've seen the behind the scenes recording of some of the songs. It's up on YouTube. You should check it out if you haven't. Like you can see live recordings on the Studio MDHR YouTube channel. They have like live recordings of some of the songs from the game. I think it was Floral Fury and High Seas Hijinks. Two very good ones. Okay, finally. Alright. Alright, I got it colored. Let's see, how many of you are watching still? There's 4 of you still watching. Somehow. Perfect. Okay. Alright then. Well, to those of you, let's look at the completed animation. If I can open it, that'd be nice. There we go. Let me just save it first. Alright, let's see how it looks. Nice. Actually, wait, hold on. We're still not done. I forgot to color the teeth. Yeah, the teeth are actually yellow. Silly me. Don't worry, this shouldn't take that long though. Just give it like a... Ew. That's like way too dark. Let's see. Oh. Okay. What? Come on, give me the yellow one. There we go. Whoops. Yeah. Yeah, this should not take that long to do, because all these are like definitely solid pieces. Alright. And no, I'm definitely not going to add shading, because that would take me forever, and I'm already like really tired. But I still... Well, I added shading to that other animation that I had earlier. So... I'll call that a win. For real, looks like a Cuphead idle animation. Yeah, I'm glad. That is what I was going for. Because you mentioned it looked like a Cuphead character, so, or a Cuphead art style. So I kind of went ahead and rolled with that. And I'm glad I didn't draw the body too, because it honestly looks funnier as just like a giant head. Or just a neck, a floating neck. Okay. Oops. Okay, why is that? Why did you switch to black? Program. Any particular reason? No, you're just trying to troll me? Okay. Okay, a few more. A few more and then we will be done. Finally. Man, what's it like to endure the entire... Well, not entire, but like what's it like to endure at least an expedited version of the animation process, eh? This is what goes into ultimately like not even 1 second of animation. Well, it is 1 second. The whole thing is 1 second long. So I'm going to deselect all these frames. I think. Come on. There we go. Alright, there it is.
Bring me those contracts, come on, bring them to the king. If you haven't finished your class, haven't worked assiduously, no, I cannot let you pass. Don't you
yeah, looks decent. I'll give it that. Ugh, man. Well, that only took 20 years. By 20 years, I mean 2.5 hours. Well, actually more like just an hour and a half. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Don't you mess with me.
Okay. Let's there we go. Let's play the closing credits. That seems more fitting. Okay. Alright, so final verdict. This is a fun challenge, so thank you to whoever recommended that I draw this. I don't know if they're still in the chat. What's your name? Xavier? I think that's your name. And to the other 2 people as well that also said it. Yeah, there you are, Xavier. Yeah, thank you for recommending me this character. I know I didn't really draw it in the way that you probably were expecting me to draw it, but, you know, I still had fun with the concept. It was fun. So yeah. I guess that's gonna do it for this one. Yes, thank you. Thank you too, Bug Snack fan. Thank you, Violet. Appreciate it. Nice. Alright, so I think with that, that's gonna do it for tonight's stream. So thank you all for tuning in. This was a fun one. Not quite as long as the Cuphead stream, but this one still lasted a good while. So I am glad. So yeah, hopefully if you tune in next week, I will be playing, most likely we'll be playing a FNAF game, and I'll be yapping about the FNAF movie. So if you're interested in that, then feel free to tune in. But with that, I think that's gonna do it. So you're 5 minutes away from being as long as the Cuphead stream. Yeah, so I should probably end it soon before it gets that long. Okay. All right, so yeah, thank you all for watching. So you guys, I hope you guys have a good night, a good rest of your night, and I'll see you all next week, hopefully. All right, folks. All right, bye-bye, guys. Good night.